Sergeant Stephen Bonanno on the dais. Police Officer Thomas Crowe on the dais. Now,
Copy the sound on anything? Mike, you wait here? No, it's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our chaplain is not with us this evening. At least he hasn't shown up yet. We'll have a very short invocation. Dear Lord, look down upon this assemblage, the honorees, the presenters, their families, their friends, everybody in attendance here who has something to do with law enforcement. Protect them, protect their families, grant them peace in their lifetimes and after, in your life. Bless this food we're about to partake to our use in your honor. Amen. Amen. Sit down and start the solitary. Retired Lieutenant Ben Richard, Jersey City Police Department. Ben, please.
Thank you, Bill. Sheriff, distinguished guests, honor recipients. Initially, let me say how pleased and proud I am to be here tonight to make this presentation to Frank Shockey. Frank is a 25-year member of the Jersey City Police Department, and for perhaps all of that 25 years he's been assigned to Journal Square. And Frank is an institution at the square to the tens of thousands of people who go through that square every day. Everybody knows Shockey the cop. And Frank is so well liked that he stayed there over the years only because, without a doubt, he's the best cop we ever had assigned to Journal Square. And last April the 29th, Frank was on post, and an alarm came over his radio of a holdup, an armed robbery in progress at a jewelry store a half a block away from his Journal Square post. Frank notified the command center that he would respond, and he ran across the square and he came to the jewelry store, and as he did, one of the holdup men was backing out of the store. Frank physically grabbed the guy, and as he struggled with him and put him up against the wall of the building next door, the two other holdup men came out, one armed with an automatic machine pistol and the other with a sawed-off shotgun. As Frank was struggling with the one guy up against the wall, the guy with the pistol came up, put his gun to Frank's neck and said, "Let the brother go." Frank continued the struggle and he held on, and the fella let off a round, and that bullet went through Frank's neck, up through his throat, through his tongue, and through his jaw. As Frank fell to the ground, bleeding profusely, I have to tell you. As the three of them ran, Frank emptied his service revolver at him, got all 6 shots off, hit one of them, and as he was lying on the ground, as they were getting into the getaway car that was driven by a fourth, as he lay there, he attempted to reload his gun. They fled the scene, and fortunately for us and for everyone concerned, 2 other guys from our job were responding also, and their police vehicle was hopelessly trapped in traffic, and they abandoned, and they commandeered civilian cars, and they gave chase to that getaway car. And that chase went over the Pulaski Skyway through Newark into Linden, where they were apprehended and brought back to Jersey City that day. Frank was taken from the scene by ambulance to the medical center, where he underwent an extensive surgery immediately, and he was confined to the hospital for a rather long period of time. Frank was allowed to go home and recuperate with the help of his wife, Judy. And I just have to tell you, this last August, Jersey City, of course, is an FOP town. We're the second largest FOP lodge in the state of New Jersey. And the National Fraternal Order of Police was holding their convention in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. In Jersey City, as we do every year, we send a delegation of members as delegates. And Frank was elected to serve as a special delegate to go to that convention. And Frank came with his wife, Judy. And the highlight of that week-long convention was the appearance of our special guest speaker, the President of the United States, George. And of all the heroic acts performed in America throughout the entire year, and the Fraternal Order of Police alone accounts for 235,000 police officers. Two acts were selected to be presented to the President. One was a Maryland State Police detective, and the other was our Frank Sharkey. And that day at that convention center in Pittsburgh, I'm so happy that I was there with all the other fellows from Lodge 4. Frank Sharkey was presented to the President with his wife at his side, and his heroics were explained to the President. And President George Bush said to Frank Sharkey, and I quote, "America needs men like you, Frank Sharkey. I salute you." And Frank, I salute you here tonight, and please come up and accept the award. On behalf of the Crime Clinic, I'm so very pleased and proud to present to you the Policeman of the Month Award. Congratulations.
I'd just like to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to my wife and to my friends from Jersey City, and to, especially, we have a special guest here tonight, Janice Savage. Thank you to her. But to so many people, young and old, children, to senior citizens that were great to me when we were recuperating. When I say we, I mean my whole family, my wife, and my 2 children, and my mom. And thank you all very, very much.
This is a two-part award. As I relate to you, as Frank was shot, he was lying on the sidewalk, a crowd gathered. And everybody today's day and age doesn't want to get involved. And as Frank was lying on the ground, out of the crowd stepped a young lady. And she sat herself down on the ground and picked Frank's head up, took a handkerchief out and attempted to stop the flow of blood. And as she sat there caressing Frank's head,